So I thought I'd make a quick little video of me painting the hood on my Civic Si because I ended up taking the bra that's on it off and liking it better. So I noticed that there's a bunch of little rock chips and rust. So I'm gonna sand it down and paint it black because we decided to paint the whole car black eventually. But since those rock chips and shit is bothering me and I don't want the rust to spread, I'm gonna sand it down and then spray it black. And so I couldn't find my sander. I ended up going to the store and purchasing a Ryobi electric sander, which uses the same batteries obviously my Ryobi drill uses, and it comes with this little catch sack, and I'm assuming that's like a holder for when you're not using it. You just place it down there, but it uses the battery and it works pretty good. Sounds just as strong as my power one that I plug into the wall, which it's gone into the abyss somewhere. So until I find it, this is what I'm going to use. And I've already started sanding my hand, which is why I decided to go purchase a freaking sander. There was a bad chip right here that had rust on it and around the paint, so I ended up sanding that and it feels pretty flush right here. And then, you know, there's a bunch of random spots that has like rock chips on it, you can see. So I'm gonna sand all these down, sand the whole hood down, and then spray it black. In this angle it already looks black, glossy black, but it's flat. Obviously that gunmetal is black. So I'm gonna use my guns for it. So I'm gonna put it on a time lapse.
Nope.
So I did the first part of sanding. I sprayed painted some black primer on the spots that I went down to do the rock chips. On this one here had a deep rock chip that I missed, so I heavily put some heavy sand primer on it. You can see that I put a lot on it, so I'm gonna definitely have to sand this spot because you can see that there's runs in it. But I did that on purpose so that way it'll fill the rock chip that it had there that I missed. So I'm gonna wait for that to dry, then I'm gonna give it another sand and then paint it. Okay. this we are using ooh, I forgot I put that fucking garbage inside of the mat container. So I'm gonna need to get new cups. Mat.
Hey, Christian.
Need more right here. But this should be good enough for at least the first coat. So I'll probably do 2 coats and then just clear it. The gun of the day. I ran that garbage through that. Did I even clean it afterwards?
Oh.
All faithful. Ooh, maybe not so faithful. It's dirty. Let me see if I might have to clean this up real quick because I don't even see the little thing coming out. Oh, it's definitely, oh, it needs to get cleaned, 100%. Look at that. Look at that back there.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even coming back out. It's gummed up in there. So, to be cleaned. Clean pile. And this one was good. Let me make sure there's no.
Maybe it was the other one that needs to be cleaned.
This one needs to be cleaned.
Right.
Yeah, it needs to be cleaned. It's not as bad as that. It still has a little bit of that red crap in it. This has been a long process simply because I had to be the wise ass on that last pick and put too much primer to try and fill in the gaps instead of filling the filler. So I had to sand all that back down and re-prime it with filler, which the filler turned out to be white, but at this point I don't care. I'm trying to get that clear coat out of here from when we try to do that red stuff. I'm supposed to clean these after every time you use them, but you boys been slacking.
All the projects.
Too much stuff. I didn't have time to just throw this in the fucking bucket or whatever I clean. I mean, this has like old clear coat right up right here. I'll probably run some lacquer through it. Damn, this is gonna take forever. Nah, I'm just gonna fucking take this off.
You don't know what?
Hmm?
What are you gonna do?
Take this off if I could. And clean it. Inside out. Jesus Christ. It's not coming out for shit.
Did you tighten it?
No, not this one. Normally I fucking overlap everything. Where's those Q-tips at? You know those Q-tips are?
I have no idea.
Huh?
I have no idea where they're at.
As long as this doesn't spray crap on it or gunk, I think we'll be fine. Let's throw some air to it. Send it. So I purposely left this gun dirty to teach everybody a lesson that you clean your equipment after every use, so that you don't have to go through this.
Huh?
Forever is the strangest thing. It's shorter
Little
than
red piece right there.
Yeah.
That would have went right into our plate.
no thing.
Get the clear ready.
Forever is the strangest thing. It's shorter than you think.
Listen, man, I'm blowing this out like it matters. I got a dirty ass gun that's fucking shoot shit at it. This can all just go in the garbage. This is our matte clear. Obviously just enough for one coat. I don't think I bought my other one. Okay, that's how it is. I have to make it work. If you're using these, make sure you do this. Take off the middle seal. And then put this on first. Because if you put it on with that, it's going to put air pressure in it. And it's going to come up. How do I know?
Longing
No.
is the music
I said, how do I
of
know?
our spirit.
I did.
The gift of life is never more or less. It starts at any time you like
Right.
and ends in just the word.
Let's do this shit. GT, take us with the beat one more time. Do that and release whatever pressure's in it too. And then bring this to where you don't care if it gets painted and make sure it doesn't leak. Okay.
Good to go. Good to go.
and then work out to make sure you could put this in. All right,
Mask.
you're ready to go. She talked me into doing this hood. Yeah. I could have been in bed right now, eating a nice hot plate of food, but I'm not the one that wants to be in the garage doing shit right now. She is. So she's as much as a garage head as I am.
He didn't tell us that.
Alright,
Okay.
do this.
Ain't nobody why to stop.
Peace.
10-15 minutes. Give it a look. If anything, I'll probably give it another coat.
So I got the heat there to help it cure a little faster, but I'm gonna have to let this dry and pick up on it tomorrow, because as you can see on camera, it has a whole bunch of dust particles on it. It's the first time I paint and I get dust particles on the paint, but I'll let it cure, then I can give it a wet sand, and depending on how it looks tomorrow, after I wet sand it, if it still has the black, then I'll just clear it. But if it's kind of wet sands through, then I'll just give it a couple more coats. But you can see it has some orange peel. And last time I used this paint, it ended up just going away, flattening out by itself. But we'll see how it looks tomorrow, if it even has orange peel. If it has orange peel tomorrow, then it's because of the cold. And I'll figure it out. But we'll see what happens tomorrow. Next day, so it dried up nice, smoothed out. No orange peel, but you can still see some of the sand marks on it. So I'm gonna wet sand it. Hopefully, so I'm just gonna wet sand it and get all the little dust particles out, and then I'm just gonna clear it. Hopefully the clear covers up the sand marks. If not, whatever. I don't care. So I'll probably just end up ordering an aftermarket hood or something. But it doesn't look too bad. The side of those sanding marks came out pretty good. That's what I'm gonna do now. I'm just gonna wet sand it and wet or dry sand it, and then I'm gonna repaint it. So we decided to give it another coat of black. Since I went kind of light with the first coat, I went pretty heavy with this one. I'm gonna give it about 10-15 minutes, and then I'm just gonna spray it with the clear. Already loving the way it came out. I can tell already it's gonna dry up, looking nice. But as you can tell, it's foggy as hell in here, so we're gonna step outside until it settles.
So, came out looking good. It's gonna dry out pretty good. I moved it forward a little bit so I can open up the garage door. You can kind of see what it's gonna look like here when it dries, because the corners here are drying a lot faster than the whole rest of the hood. But I don't know if I'm gonna wet sand it or not, but there is a little hair, right? You can see it. Oh, hair right there. Hopefully it'll come out when I wipe it down. It normally does when I do it, but it's gonna dry out nice and smooth-ish. Smooth enough. But I'm happy with it. I don't see any of the scratches anymore. Or the sand marks. So yeah. You can kind of see right here how this is dried up. But it's gonna match the black on there that it has for now. Until I get to do the whole car. Yes, sir. It doesn't. The water needs to get wiped down the rest of it, but. Ooh. Ooh. Yes. Yes. So that's it for now. Next clip I'm gonna put in real quick at the end of this video is of the hood on the car when it's completely dried up. So that'll be the next clip. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned to J-Tuned. Peace. You gonna fix the car?